Hey there, gamers all around. Welcome, welcome. And today, here we are at Astroneer again. So, I'm starting a new game. I've already personalized my character off screen, so that way you guys won't be bored, you know, sitting there watching me change my character constantly. So, here I am, I'm landing now. The launch pad is going to be right next door, and this is basically my base camp. Hold on. So I didn't know that the landing pad was like I went into the shelter. I was happy about that. It could save my game. This is basically my first playthrough trying it out without the tutorial. And, you know, so here I am, I'm just looking through to see what I have available that I can make. And I don't realize that the landing pad helps you out with starting equipment until later in this video. And I feel like a dummy because I didn't go there earlier and I didn't realize that, hey, I could have done that sooner. And I picked up a rock because I thought that was resin. I thought that was something that I could collect. But it turned out to be only organic material. Which is still good, but like, I didn't quite, you know, understand what was going on. So, you know, the very first couple minutes might be a little irritating, might be a little frustrating. Here I am trying to activate the research station. And, you know, so, yeah, you gotta hang in there with me when I first start playing a game, especially a game that I haven't played in a long time or in a while. Because I had to relearn everything. And although it can be frustrating from, like, a gamer's perspective, it's like, oh, you should know how to, you know, you should know how to do that. Like, you should know how to play the game. You played this game before. You know, give me some slack. If I put the game down for, like, a couple weeks, maybe a couple months, if not a couple years, it's gonna take me some time for me to get back into the groove of things. I don't have to be perfect, but, you know, and here I am making tether bundles because I'm thinking, oh, well, I need tether bundles to make oxygen. But I didn't understand, like, what you needed before you needed tether bundles, so I was a little dumb on that, but for reasons, because I didn't realize that you needed, you know, stuff in order to produce oxygen to your tethers. Because it's been a very long time since I first played this game, and, like, the game's been updated several times, and I haven't played it since it's been updated, so I didn't know that I was missing something. Give me some slack. I will get back into the groove of any game that I put away for a while and then get back into it. It'll get me some getting used to. Here I am now trying to put down the tethers and I don't realize that I'm missing something. Okay, so I skipped over a little bit. I'm making a small generator, or at least I make a small printer. I make a small printer here. I made the I made a small printer, and then here I am connecting it to the base, and then I see that it uses organic materials to transfer it into fuel or power, and yeah, converts a fuel resource into power. So it's using organic as power. Here I am. I'm still trying to figure out the tether situation. I don't really realize that I'm missing something. Hang in there with me, guys. Um, I'm saying this as I'm editing this, as you know, this is after I'm playing a playthrough of it. So here I am, in game. I'm like, what? Why does this not work? It worked in the tutorial. Why is it not working now? You know. So just bear with me, guys. I don't realize that I'm missing an important aspect that the tethers need. So here I am, I'm just placing them down without, you know, without them having any oxygen, and I don't understand why. It may be frustrating at first. Just hang in there with me, guys. Give me some slack. It's been a while since I played the game. Like, for real, for real. Alright, so I skipped ahead. I'm not putting down tethers anymore because I put down all of my first group of tethers that I did put on. So here I am. I go back to the small generator, and then I realize it needs some more organic material. So I put the, you know, organic material on that, and then from here on out, I try to look for resin or something, you know, to power my base. Something. I tried looking for stuff. So I go out looking for materials. I die a lot, but you know, it's learning experience for me in particular. And then I come over here, I see there's a research sample that I could, you know, pick up. So, you know, I go out and about, you know, I find this item, and I get kind of frustrating, or I get frustrated with. Here I am, just trying to dig around, trying to find some more materials. I go out about. I find something that I can pick up, but I don't know exactly, like debris, salvage. I find that I can pick it up, and I'm like, okay, so why don't I, you know, go ahead and use it? Then I had to leave the game because I had to go, you know, do something in real life. In real life got in the way. But anyway, so I came back to the game, and then I realized I found out that I died, even if I thought I had the game on pause. Maybe that's not the pause menu anyways. Anyway, so, you know, I'm back at my base, and I come out, and it's a bit windy, and then I go back out here, and then I see that I can pick up some stuff. And I'm like, okay, so why can't I salvage that? It's like I thought it was like with the research points, so like you press a button and it salvages it. But I didn't realize that salvage, not salvage as in an action, but salvage as in take with you. And no, you cannot put it in your backpack because it's too heavy or it's too big, as your character is starting to slow down because you're carrying a heavy tire. So I realized that I'm dying of oxygen, so I put the tire down and run back to my base and get oxygen. And either right about now or sometime between after I put the tire back to my base, I look over at the landing pad and realize that I could have started off with the landing pad all this time. Now, I don't, like, first time playing this game, like first time I started this save file, I didn't know what the landing pad did. I had no idea what its purpose was. So then here I am, I look at it, and it says initialize cargo drop. Deploy startup package. And I'm thinking to myself, what? So here I am, I press the green button, and it drops some packaging stuff off. Packaging off. It drops off an oxygenator, which was something that I needed for the tethers, and I didn't realize that I needed that, you know, for my tethers. I thought this was just an item that you could just set down right next to your base and have like a cable plug to plug into, and then it would start automatically. You know, this is my first time finding out that there's an oxygenator in the game. So bear with me here. Here might be another frustrating moment in the game in this playthrough, at least in my playthrough, because here I am trying to figure out what do I do with this thing. It's the first time I've ever personally saw this in my game. I'm trying to figure out what I do with it. I'm setting it down next to my base. I'm trying to put the tethers by it. I'm not getting anything. I don't know, like, I don't understand it. I don't know why it's here. But, you know, later I start feeling like a dummy. Here I am collecting organic material for power. But, you know, later I start feeling like a dummy because I realize that I need a little platform to you know, put the oxygenator on, and then it would start fueling air and oxygen onto my tethers. And I didn't realize that that's how that worked. Because, you know, here I am just collecting organic material right now. I'm thinking to myself, alright, I'll deal with you later. And I put power back onto the generator. And I don't realize till later that I actually need something on, you know, for the oxygenator to be on. In order for it to work. I'm thinking that this thing needs to be connected to the tethers or something. And, you know. Then I see the starting platform and I go, oh! So then here I go. I set it down. Over here, just about. Somewhere over here. I put it there, then I move the tire. And then I move it. I unpack it first, then I move it. Yeah, I tried to plug it in, and I realized that it doesn't have enough space, and then I move it. Yeah, it doesn't have enough space, so then I pick it up and I move it. Then I plug it in, and then I see that it's a base building item. And then I go, oh. So then I pick the you know, oxygenator up, and then I put it on that, and then I go, oh! And there's a medium printer right there. And then I realize I need another platform or something, because they can't be both on the same platform. So I get kind of frustrated. And then eventually I'm just like, you know what, I'm just gonna order another starting platform. Which isn't something that you should do. Hence my playthrough of it. You'll find out like in a second, or maybe later in the video, you'll find out why you don't do that. And here I am looking through the research stuff that I can like do, and I'm trying to find out like what do I need to build up my base. And I still don't see anything, so okay, so this is what I mean by you don't want to platforms by your base. I don't know exactly what happened. Maybe, well, I just noticed that I don't have my old platform editing this video, but here I am. I don't know what happened. I just died after putting what I thought would be my second starting platform, but now editing the video, I realized that I didn't have two starting platforms. So I don't know what happened. So I got my stuff back, from my bag. And that was a weird moment in the game where I didn't really know what happened. I died, but I didn't know from what. I don't recall dying because of oxygen, and it wasn't a long and painful death. It was a short, painless death. And there's just like, you know, one of those enemies decided to shoot you right in the rectum, and then boom, you're gone. But I don't know from what. Like, did I accidentally put the starting platform on my foot and then I died because I hit my foot so hard? I don't understand. I don't get it. But then here I am, I put the oxygenator onto the starting platform and I look over and then I realize that I don't have my second starting platform. So then I try to find a way to build another platform of some kind. And you know, here I am putting power in my base. And then I realize, wait a minute, I have something, like I have a printer that I can, like I can make like a small printer. And then I start thinking to myself, wait a minute, I can build stuff with a small printer. So, you know, I start. Right now, here I am, I'm just collecting compound. Or resin, or both. Trying to collect both resin and compound because I realize that's stuff that I need. And here's the moment where I die several times. I lose a lot of stuff that I did collect because I was being a dummy. I thought that I could make it, but I didn't. So I lost a lot of materials, a lot of valuable items that I need, that I would need to use later, that I lost in either in a deep hole somewhere that now I had to dig back up and find my way back up, you know, from the deep ground eventually, when I have enough tethers for that, because I'm not going to die constantly. Here I am trying to dig my way back up, and I forget to use I forget the controls to dig up. So I keep digging down. And this is when I lose a lot of useful materials that, like, I need. I lose organic material, I lose a lot of compound material. And I'm trying to dig myself back up, but I forgot the controls how to. And I basically die here. Because I forgot how to dig myself back up. So here I go, you know, on this agonizing journey, trying to find a compound, resin, and organic material. I found some research points that I could use, you know, to research on. Here I am, I'm digging a big hole that I don't know how to get myself out of, and then here I go, I die again because I don't know how to get myself out of this one. I'm gonna dig myself a hole so deep that I can't get out. And I don't know how to dig myself back up. I forgot the controls. So I try to jump out, and then I realize I can't do that, and then I try clicking on a different button, and then I realize, you know, then I get a big old X, and I don't know what that means. So here I am, I'm dying, and then I go back over here to another layer, and I don't know exactly what I'm doing. I don't know where I am. I start suffocating, and I can't go back. So I basically die down here. And then I go out again. I lost some materials, compound that time, and then this time I go outside, directly get some organic material from the material right by my base. And then I see some research points. I didn't know if I could pick it up. I tried to collect it, but like it didn't say anything besides compatible with research chamber. And I wasn't so sure what button I would use to pick it up, or you know, make it get associated with the research chamber, and it got very agonizing for me. So I decided to walk away and deal with that later, because I was suffocating anyways. So here I go. I finished collecting some organic material because I need it for power anyways. I find it funny how I kind of flop over that tether, but I don't mess it up. Like it's completely fine. It operates fine, but you know, I kind of knocked it over, and it's still connected to all the other tethers, and it still has oxygen and power, and I find that so hilarious. I'm not laughing now just because I was laughing in the gameplay. I'm editing now. So here I am, I'm running, dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-doo-doo. And then I go ahead and I find some more research material that I can scan, more debris that I could salvage, but I don't understand like how I could like pick it up. I forgot how to pick it up. And then I go running out, I'm looking for resin, and it's kind of windy, and then I find resin, but I'm low on oxygen. And then I'm like, oh, you frick, you know. So I run back. I try not to let myself die this time, but I run back. I tried to make it, but I don't think I did. I didn't lose anything this time, as I didn't have anything valuable. Yeah, I didn't make it back. Good effort, though. I come back outside my shelter, and then I think I turn around at this point, and then I notice there's resin on the other side from where I came. Or not the other side from where I came, but there was resin closer anyways. So I felt like an idiot, going farther than I needed to find resin, and I could have just, you know, took a shorter route. So here I am collecting resin for my base, because I need a lot of resin anyways to like make materials and stuff. So here I go, I'm collecting resin. I think I collect some compound as well, perhaps. No, I just try to jump and get out of that, you know, ditch, out of the ditch that I made myself. Then I run back, get some oxygen, and then I kind of like save myself from dying pretty much. And I come back, realize I need power. Then I come back and I build myself a printer, I think. Yeah, but I build oxygen filters, but I don't know how it works. Yeah, here I go. I set the filters down, and I see that it's consumable, but I don't know what that means. So I just kind of put that back, and I make canister, I do believe. I'm just making a lot of stuff, finding out, trying to see what exactly, you know, what do I need, what's useful, what I have, what can I use, and whatnot. And I think, you know, I thought that I could put that oxygen filters on top of the canister, because it looked like you put something in the canister, but then I realized that no, it doesn't work that way, because they flop over the way that they did in gameplay. So here I am, I'm just looking at to see what do I need for what items I can build, and then I can realize I can build a small printer, and it needs compound. And I'm like thinking to myself, okay, so maybe if I have some compound, I can build a small printer. So I run back over there, and I grab some compound, and then I run back, build myself a small printer, and try to find out what else I can make to improve my base. I don't go down that hole because I don't want to have agonizing, you know, an agonizing time. I'm trying to find my way back up, so I just collect as much compound as I possibly can from the surface. Because, you know, it was hard enough for me getting down and trying to come back up that I decided, you know what, I'm not going down that hole again. At least not right now. Maybe later, but not right now. So here I go, I'm collecting compound. I could collect organic material, but I decided not to. Then I realized that I'm dying, because I don't have oxygen, so then I run back and try to, you know, get some oxygen back. Of course I make it. You know, so I run back, make a printer. There we go. So, there we go. Make the printer. Go over there, connect it up. I see that it needs 2 resin, and I have resin, so I decided to try to try to see what I can make. And I find out that I can make a storage unit, and I thought that would be very useful, so I go ahead and make that. Because there's like a lot of like material that I find, you know, especially in this game, that like I run out of space in my medium storage unit. There's a lot of, you know, stuff that I find, a lot of organic material, a lot of materials I find on you know, any sort of like planet that like I lose space very quickly in my backpack, and I can't store everything for long. So here I go thinking that, hey, I need to connect this somehow, and then I don't. Then I unpack it, and then I realize there's no plug anyways, that it just sits there. And then I'm like, oh well, can I put these on there? And then I realize that I can, and then I realize that the base actually has holes that I can put materials on there too. So, you know, I find that kind of useful. I find that storage unit very useful. Just trying to figure out what do I need to store, what do I need to keep. You know, and then this is the very end of the video, so I'm gonna go ahead and leave it right about here. Thank you all for watching. Hope you guys had a great day, and hope you guys enjoyed this video. Over and out.
I tried to give away all I had. My mind was full of my mistakes. I've been too fragile through my life, and I'm missing you so bad. Don't know if I should call you back. You know it's getting dark inside my head. I feel there's something that is stopping me now.